Hey everybody, it's Dr. Ballard. In this series we're covering the upper back and how to use the double lacrosse ball to create space in that area. And what's important to know is the upper back generates power when we're running, when we're lifting, if we're doing any type of performance training. But it's really important to take pressure off the neck and the shoulders too. If you're in a position where you know you have to sit for prolonged periods, if you have to wear any kind of kit, gear, external load, this area stiffens up quite a bit. So the majority of the lower back pain we see, the stiffness in the neck, it's actually coming from this area not moving enough. So I'm going to show you how to use the lacrosse ball and then a little stretch that you can use to one, self-test, so you can test and retest. But this is actually a great series to incorporate if you know you have some training coming up that involves overhead pull-ups, knee tucks, push-ups, anything where you're going to be loading the upper back. So take your double lacrosse ball. It's going to run right up the middle of my spine. So it's sort of straddling my spine right between the shoulder blades. And what I'm going to do is give myself a big bear hug, take a deep breath, and as I exhale, I'm just going to push myself this way using my feet. And I'm going to just about the bottom of the shoulder blade, so kind of like almost halfway down the back. And then on the way back, I'm just going to squeeze my shoulder blades and bring it back down. I'm not going to arch my back, so I'm not trying to lift my lower back off the ground. I'm just trying to squeeze my shoulder blades. So you would do this about 5 times. It's going to be tender at first. You're going to feel some tenderness. That's normal. If you get a couple pops, that's good. That's the whole idea. After that, you're going to start back up at the top. And this time I'm going to drive my left shoulder into the ground as I let my knees drop to the right and then work my way down. So same thing, work your way down, reset it, do the same on the other side. And now you're adding rotation. So that rotation is what really allows you to kind of wind up and create a spring-loaded effect when you're running. And if we can rotate through here and rotate through the hip, it protects the lower back and it'll protect the neck and shoulder as well. So once you're finished with that, take your golf club, your PVC. Really straightforward, easy to do. It's a good self-assessment test. So if I take my forearms and keep them parallel and right outside of the shoulder themselves, I'm going to sit back onto my heels and let the bar keep me in an external rotation position at the shoulder, which will allow me to stretch into those joints I just loosened up. So I shouldn't feel any pinching. If I get a pinch in the shoulder, I can take my arms a little wider, or you could go back and just do another series in the upper back. If I were planning on doing any kind of overhead pressing or pull-ups, and I started to drop into this position and I noticed I could only go to about right here, well, that's a pretty big red flag, because now I know that I'm missing all that extra range. But to grab a bar, I need to be able to pull up here, I need to be able to push. So it's a good test, retest, but really easy to start implementing into your daily routine. If you are sitting, if you are in any of those positions we talked about, just make sure you don't feel anything sketchy. If you for some reason fell hard, landed on your back, make sure you have somebody check you out first before you start trying to self-treat. But this should just feel a little uncomfortable, like a deep tissue massage. It shouldn't create numbness down the arm, numbness down the leg, anything like that. So try that out. It takes a few minutes, and let us know if you have any issues. Thanks.